on the outskirts of the Yakama Valley. A place that's quiet, serene even.
It's almost a little bit too peaceful out here. When you consider the history and everything, it's almost like a mask. The antenna's in the front, and then the receiver's in the back.
Jon Shellenberger thinks this land is sacred.
We knew that there was abuse of the children and potentially even death as a result. It's a ground penetrating radar.
The state archaeologist is here volunteering on his own time, searching for answers in 20 by 20 meter grids.
20, 40, 60.
He's looking for bodies of children, students who died at the school and are buried here.
The signs say lieutenant's quarters, but we know now that they were converted into the girls and boys dorms. All right, and away we go.
Washington's Fort Simcoe Historical State Park is advertised as a place to see one of the last still standing pre-Civil War forts. But this property played a larger role in American history, and one you won't find much evidence of here.
4 years of fort, 60 years of Indian boarding school. Yeah, where children stayed and were taught to be white people.
For 150 years, the United States government forcibly removed Native American children from their families and sent them to boarding schools. Their names were Americanized. They couldn't speak their native languages, baptized as well. The mantra?
Kill the Indian, save the man.
Washington had 15 boarding schools, most in the West. Fort Simcoe hosted hundreds. Shellenberger thinks more than 1,000 in all before the program ended here in 1922. Fire destroyed one of the buildings in the 1950s. The other was later demolished. Today, there is no marker or any evidence of the schools here, at least on the surface.
Just hope I don't back up into a rattlesnake.
The radar helps identify anomalies, which Shellenberger says could be the buried remains of former students. The grant-funded searches with college students, volunteers, even cadaver dogs have only covered a small portion of the park. And so far, there have not been any confirmed remains located. Shellenberger is confident they'll find children buried here.
We're at a point where we need to recognize that there's been bad stuff here, that there's been a bad history.
I think those that were here treat the animals far greater than they did us.
Nearby, at the Yakama Nation's Cultural Center, there's a copy of the 1855 treaty the tribe signed with the U.S.
Maniac.
Elder Jerry Maniac's great-grandfather signed it, and Maniac's father and uncles attended the school.
When the students were forced to go to Fort Simcoe, first thing they did was cut their hair.
He says the trauma they suffered lives on today, but notes the language and traditions the feds tried to wipe away survived.
Every day when I braid my hair, it is uniting my body, heart, and soul.
Maniac wants the park to recognize the school.
Almost always have to remind the United States and Washington State, that we're still here.
The tragic hidden truth of some Native American boarding schools.
In 2021, when volunteers in Canada discovered mass graves at former boarding school sites.
So I was hoping to go over this way today.
That motivated Jon Shellenberger to start searching at Fort Simcoe.
I've always been one to not shy away from the truth, as brutal as it can be. Especially when it comes to history. And I can't help but to think that a lot of the problems in our community stem from this place. And it's scary because there's no trace of it.
He wants the federal and state governments to teach what happened at the school so it won't be repeated or forgotten and kept quiet any longer.
That makes a mark on your brain and your thinking, and it was just something I can't walk away from.
Drew Mickelson, King 5 News.